24, Caden Clark. Next up is number 32, Blaze Fox. And our next senior is number 33, Rossi Harrison. And our last senior, number 0, True Win. Coach Hart would like to thank all the seniors and their families for their hard work and dedication to the Warrior basketball program. He is so proud of their accomplishments this year and looks forward to all the success they will have in the future. He will forever cherish spending the last 4 years being your coach. Again, let's hear it for our 8 seniors. And we have one more player to recognize. On February 2nd versus West Feliciano, one of our juniors, Sean Brown, joined the 1,000-point club. Congratulations, Sean, for joining this prestigious group here at St. Michael High School.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. St. Michael High School welcomes you to the battleground for tonight's basketball matchup between the Istrouma Indians and your St. Michael Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as we say a prayer before tonight's contest? In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on this game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner which by our words and our actions is pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with a respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us in this game today. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the introduction of tonight's starting lineup. First, for the visitor, Istrouma Indians. Starting at center, 6'5" senior, number 23, Josh Ridley. At forward, a 6'5" junior, number 15, Nick Johnson. At guard, a 5'6" senior, number 10, Yaquan Gaines. At guard, a 5'8" junior, number 24, Kyrie Paul. And at forward, a 5'8" senior, number 34, Chris Thomas. Assistants for the Indians, Trey Hills and Ed Wilson. Head coach, Don Green. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your St. Michael Warriors. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 4, Josh Bertrand. At guard, a 6'3" junior, number 5, Sean Brown. At forward, a 6'3" senior, number 33, Rossi Harrison. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 24, Caden Clock. And at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 10, Hayden Bessanet. Assistant coaches for the Warriors, Landon Dugas, Billy Reeves, Brandon Bourgeois. Head coach, Drew Hart. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is senior night, the finale for the 2023-2024 regular season here from the battleground as your Warriors coming into tonight's game at 18-12 with a 6-1 record in district, number 12 team in Division II Select, taking on their 6-4A opponent, the Istrouma Indians, coming into tonight's game 6-13 on the season, 1-5 in district, ranked number 33 in Division II Select. Warriors coming off a very decisive win on Friday against Terra. Win tonight assures the Warriors at least a share of the district championship. So there's a lot on the line tonight. Also, positioning in the Division II Select playoffs is on the line, and the tip goes to the Indians. Down low, little short jumper missed by number 23, Ridley. Bertrand takes it straight to the hoop and converts. Warriors come out in their man-to-man defense, as they usually do. They may switch up some defensive looks as they have all season, going from a 2-3 look. They've shown a 1-3-1 look to go along with their man. And charge taken right there. Bertrand steps in, takes his first charge of the evening. Fouls on Kyrie Paul, his first, team first. Warriors running their motion offense, going this year to some Princeton offense concepts, a lot of motion, running off some high post screens, and Brown with the rebound from the backside after the miss on the jump shot. And layup in and good. Kyrie Paul scores it. No 2-2 game here, 6:45 left. Bessonette kicks. Brown drives, little floater is good. Sean Brown on the board for the first time. The Indians come into this season struggling a little bit. Paul got the offensive rebound and then another board, but missed. That was Ridley who took the initial jump shot and wound up getting the rebound. Sean Brown, though, on the push, takes a short little jumper, knocks it down. 6-2 now, under 6 minutes. Kyrie Paul gonna shoot the three. Rebound was grabbed by Harrison, then knocked away, but here's Bessonette out in the open court. Paul gets up, blocks it, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. And Brown off the inbounds, scores it. Timeout Istrouma. Warriors up 8-2. We'll take a timeout with them. It's the Warrior Broadcast Network. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the Warrior Broadcast Network. I am Coach Craig Saylor, voice of Warrior Athletics, bringing you the finale here from the Battleground in the regular season for hoops. Boys going to conclude their season here tonight. Girls concluded their season on Friday. They will be heading into the playoffs with a matchup against Lake Charles College Prep on Thursday over in Lake Charles. Boys will have to sit a little while to await their fate in the playoffs. It's looking pretty good for a home game. Just opponent yet to be determined, and a turnover from Istrouma. He just threw it into the corner thinking there would be someone there, and there wasn't anybody there. Harrison with the handoff. Bessonette pumps. Got Thomas up in the air. He's going to get to go to the line to shoot. It's on number 24, rather 34, Thomas. Bessonette sinks the first. First sub of the evening will be for the Indians. That's number 2. Davis going to check in. Bessonette sinks them both. 10-2 Warriors, under 5 minutes. Warriors going to get into their 2-3 defense, and was taken away and then just lost. So a little turnover there. All the way at half court, Davis. Davis going to pull the three. Too strong. Bertrand went after it. Thought he was going to come up with that thing, and it gets tipped out of bounds. Paul going to shoot the deep three. Tried to go bank. Misses it. Brown from the top of the key. Knocks it down. Sean Brown from downtown. Makes it 13-2. Brown now with 9 of the 13. And then Paul just throws it right all the way to Bertrand. Bertrand hit the ground hard. No foul called there. And there's the three. Knocked down by number 15. Johnson. Inside, Brown had position, gonna count it. And the foul, the hoop and the harm. Fouls on number 10, Gaines. Here comes senior Jude Hardy and Blaze Fox into the game. Hardy, who's missed the last couple of weeks due to injury, making his way back on the floor tonight. See if he can get a little bit of run in. Also number 2, Gavin Landry, senior, checked in as well. Brown completes the three-point play. Now with 12. Warriors staying in that zone defense. Hardy picks it off. That's the 5th turnover now for Istrouma. Landry thought about it and gave it up to Brown. Hardy gonna pull it. Knock it down, Jude. Hardy for 3. Gotta feel good for Hardy on senior night, getting to come back. A bank shot 3 from Davis. The bank was open that time for the Indians. The Indians going to extend their defense now. Sitting in there 2-3, little extended pressure. Going to try to trap out of this 2-3. Hardy in and out. Ball was halfway down and then came back out. Knocked out of bounds. Istruma's going to keep it. Ridley's going to come back in. And charge taken. Nice job by Blaze Fox. Took the charge from Ridley. His first, team's 4th foul. So Landry, Bessonette, Hardy, Brown, and Fox out there on the floor. That's 4 of the 8 seniors. And then Landry throws it right away. Back and forth. It's Ridley. The 6'5". Johnson stepped right in front of that one. And Bessonette loses it. So this 2-3 extended trapping pressure from the Indians is giving the Warriors a little trouble here. Warriors go back to their man-to-man defense. Fox can get called for that foul. Be baseline out of bounds. That's the first team foul for the Warriors. First personal on Fox. $20 seconds now. I think Istrouma is going to hold this for the last shot here. And Fox can get called for another foul. Shot goes up, short. Brown tried to throw it up ahead, got it knocked away, and then little back-to-back turnovers there to end the half. Kind of a little sloppy there. 19-10 though is your score. Warriors up 9. We'll be right back. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. For the Indians, it's Gaines, Davis, Mars, Johnson, and Ridley. For the Warriors, they're going to go back to their starters, and Alex Viduri is going to be in there. So 4 starters plus Viduri out there for the Warriors. Viduri going to get the shot in the corner. Almost got the roll out of bounds off the Indians. Viduri almost was a beneficiary of a kind bounce there. Brown going to pull it from the slot. Misses. The Warriors knocked down a couple threes, and they've kind of gone cold there. Missed their last 3. Back to the man on D. Davis misses the jump shot. Bertrand kicks to the corner. Viduri too strong off the back iron and knocked out of bounds. Down inside, Ridley, kind of a little bully ball there, misses it out of bounds off of Ridley. Kyrie Paul and Thomas gonna come back in for Istrouma. Back to that extending zone defense, trying to get the trap out top. Well, back and forth and travel. Viduri had to run down that tipped pass there Shuffled his feet. So another turnover for the Warriors. That's 5 now. And again, there's that changing defense has caused the Warriors some problems since they went to it right before the end of the first quarter. Don't anticipate Istrouma to get out of that anytime soon. Johnson will fake clock with the board. The Warriors need to try to push right there to try to not let Istrouma set up their defense. Another turnover. Foul going to be called. I think that's going to be on clock. And that's going to be Kyrie Paul going to go to the line. A little 24 on 24 contact there. It'll be Paul at the line. First 2 free throws coming for Istrouma. So in this trapping defense that Istrouma is going with, there's going to be somebody open, especially on the backside. If the Warriors can find that man, they should be able to get an easy bucket. But they've had trouble getting it out of one of the first 2 passes. Paul goes 2 for 2. Is in this trap. They're trying to funnel it to the sidelines, and the Warriors have kind of played right into the hands of Istrouma. Ball in the middle of the floor now. C.J. Livingston just checked in for the Warriors, the freshman. Tried to go cross court. That is not the pass that you want to try to throw right there. And a foul going to be called down on the other end. It's going to be on Bertrand. Johnson's going to get to go to the line. So a lot of turnovers here for the Warriors. They still have not solved this zone from Istrouma. Johnson knocks down the first. Knocked out of bounds as Johnson misses the second. So 19-13. Warriors have yet to score here in the second. This is what got them on last Tuesday against McKinley, is they had a really tough scoring third quarter. Clock, 1 and done. As they just went cold shooting in the third quarter last week. And that's a travel. You can't do that, as the student section would say, but the one time I go with it, they're not going with it. The Warriors got to look for something here. We're down under 5 minutes left in the second. C.J. Livingston misses. Bessinet there for the putback. Again, a lot of contact around the basket, no call. There's a ball on the sideline again and thrown away. 8th turnover. Foul going to be on the floor. It's going to be on Livingston, his first. Jude Hardy just checked back in for the Warriors. Brown. The Warriors going to go and look like they're going with 5 guards here. Bessinet fouled from behind by Johnson. Good look from Hardy. 4:13 left to go. Bessinet sinks the first. And can't get the roll in the second. Knocked out of bounds by the Indians. I think that's a pretty good call from the referee right there. There were two Indians right in front of Hardy. I'm not sure if Hardy was able to get his hand on that. Bessinet from the elbow, too strong. And again, too strong. That time from the free throw line. And the push on, that is the second on Levinson. Kick out from Gaines to Paul. Paul rises in the middle of the lane and knocks it down. So 20-15. Warriors just with a single point here in the second quarter. And then another turnover. Jump ball called. Simultaneous possession there as Brown went up. Got a all ball. Clock back in for Hardy. Hardy's got to get his sea legs back in. So I think you'll see him in some short spurts here as he's been out for a couple of weeks with that knee injury. Pressure from Gaines. Bessinet had the shot, decided not to take it. Levinson's going to take it too strong. And Bertrand knocks it out of bounds. Warriors just one and done on the offensive end. Kind of gone cold shooting. They're 0 for their last several shots. Only managing a single point. Whereas neither team is really lighting up the nets from the field tonight. Johnson fumbles it, partially blocked, then got it back and gets it to go. So the offensive rebounds from Istrouma right now is getting to the Warriors. So Johnson's going to the line to shoot one. He's way short. And then turned over again. That's the 10th turnover of the first half for the Warriors. Warriors got to find somebody who's not going to throw it to the other team right now. They're having a bit of an issue with that. Istrouma almost turns it over. 2:33 left to go in the first half here. Warriors now going to extend their defense. And they turn it over. That's the 8th turnover for Istrouma. Brown takes it all the way on his own. Timeout going to be called by Istrouma. We'll take a timeout with him. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. Warriors up 22-17 in what has become a bit of a rock fight here in the battleground. Neither team finding much success shooting the basketball. Brown gonna tee it up, knocks it down. Sean Brown from downtown again. His second three ball of the night. Warriors now gonna try to extend that pressure, and travel called. That's the 9th turnover for Istrouma. We're at 19 combined turnovers here. Very, very unusual for a Warriors game this year. Now they're going to extend all the way past half court. Bessanet blocked, gets it back. Calling a tie ball. Just not sure how you call that jump when the defender has his hand all over the offensive player's arm. Bessanet drills it. Bessenet's first field goal. Three ball goes in. That is the shot that Coach Hart and company want Bessanet to take. And then Kyrie Paul turns it over. So that's turnover number 20. Again, highly, highly unusual to see this many turnovers in a half. Landry thought about it. Back to Brown, short. Clock comes in with the loose ball. Brown floater's good. So Sean Brown pacing everybody tonight. Warriors now 30-17. Extended that lead to double digits again. They had it to double digits in the first half, and then number 2, Davis just throws it to one of our students who is aptly dressed in theme tonight. That is, they are dressed as seniors tonight. Very cleverly dressed as seniors tonight. Bessanet tees up another three. A little short. Foul going to be called. Unnecessary foul called. Or unnecessary foul committed there. Not really. The call was correct. That's going to be on Clock. That's going to be his second. Really no reason for Clock to put his hands on the Istrouma player right there. It's going to be Ridley going to the line to shoot a pair. Again, those of you just tuning in tonight, the rule change in high school basketball is the 1-and-1 has gone the way of the dinosaur, so to speak. It does not exist anymore. Ridley knocks down the first. Once 5 fouls are committed by a team in a quarter, then it goes to 2 free throws automatically. And knocked down the second one, Ridley. The full court pressure now from Istrouma. Bessanet fouled at the hoop. That's on Johnson. Johnson doesn't like the call, but it was the appropriate call. He just hammered him across the arm as he was going to shoot. So it'll be 2 shots from Bessanet, who is 3 for 4 from the stripe. And the first rims out in a collective gasp amongst the fans in the stands. Bessanet, who hit a couple big-time free throws a couple of weeks ago against Plaquemine to win the game. Johnson well short. Hardy fighting for it. Hardy just checked back in. There's the full court pressure from Istrouma. Bertrand just grabbed from behind by Gaines. He's going to get to go to the line to shoot. Bertrand hits it. Truden now coming in for the first time. One of the 8 seniors. Now all 8 seniors have gotten into the ball game for the Warriors here on senior night. Bertrand hits both. Warriors have extended that lead to 14. At the buzzer, no good. So your score here at halftime, Warriors 33, Indians 19. We'll be back. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, halftime statistics for you. Warriors are up 33-19. First scoring for the visiting Istrouma Indians. Pacing the Indians with 6 points. Number 15, Nick Johnson, and number 24, Kyrie Paul, each pouring in 6 points. And then number 23, Ridley, with 4, and number 2, Davis, with 3. And for the Warriors, leading all scorers, Sean Brown with 19 points. He has equaled the point total for the visitors all by himself. And then Hayden Bessanet with 7, Josh Bertrand with 4, and Jude Hardy with 3. The Warriors hit 4 threes in the first half compared to 2 threes made for the visiting Indians. So we have 33-19 is your score. Warriors up 14 at half. We'll be right back in just a few minutes to get the second half kicked off. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. I am Coach Craig Taylor, voice of Warrior Athletics. We'll be back. And we are back just about 30 seconds away from getting the second half going. Kind of a tale of a up and down first half here from the battleground as the Warriors got off to a really quick, really hot start in the first quarter. And then towards the back end of the first quarter and into the beginning of the second, it kind of went into turned into a bit of a rock fight. Neither team could find the bucket. And then finally, towards the end of the second quarter, the Warriors kind of found their rhythm again, knocking down some shots, creating off of turnovers. But that was kind of the story of the first half. It can combine 21 turnovers for the two teams. Warriors with 10, Indians with 11, and that caused a lot of problems for the Warriors there in that back end of the first quarter into the start of the second quarter when the Indians moved to that extended 2-3 zone trap that they went to. The Warriors threw the ball to the other team a couple of times and couldn't find the bucket on some open shots. But then kind of got into a rhythm again, started creating some turnovers of their own, found a couple of baskets, saw one go through and kind of settled in. So now the Warriors going to come out again in their man-to-man defense. They switched up a little bit, kind of went from a man to a 2-3, saw a little bit of 1-3-1 mixed in there for the Warriors. Starters back out there for both teams. And we get started with a turnover. Clock got on the floor, picked that one up. Caden Clock in the corner, too strong on 3. Harrison got the rebound and got it knocked away. So that's the first turnover for the Warriors. Empty trip there. Both teams in their first possession of the second half. Ridley tried to take it. 6'5", Josh Ridley and the 6'5", Nick Johnson have a decided height advantage over the Warriors. I mean, Kyrie Paul, who is listed at 5'8", plays at a much bigger than that 5'8", and the wedgie. So that'll be Istrouma ball on the jump. Correction, it's going to be Warrior ball. Here comes the pressure again. Warriors can get that ball into the middle of the floor. It's where they've had all the success against it, and they turn it over. And Istrouma gives it right back. And foul on Kyrie Paul as he tried to go for the steal. That's his second. First team foul of the second half. Istruma's going to stay in this pressure until the Warriors are able to show that they are going to consistently break it. Caden Clark, not sure why he hesitated. He just had the easy layup line layup there. Paul inside, can't get the roll. Bessonet with the loose ball. Brown going baseline, score it. That's 21 now for Sean Brown, coming off of a 31-point effort on Friday against Tara. In a game in which Warriors got off to a little bit of a slow start and then kicked it in gear. Got hot from the field and ran away with it. There's Johnson with another three. He's got 9 now. The 6'5" Nick Johnson stepping out. Showing some range. Harrison going to step into a three. A little too strong. Gaines pushing. Bertrand swats it away. That's another turnover for the Indians. And Bertrand takes it all the way, laying it in. 37-22 now, Warriors. Up by 15. Turnaround from Johnson, misses it, and then Ridley hits the floor, travels. Like Coach Don Green is asking the official about a foul call there. I don't think there was any kind of contact. I think when Ridley caught that ball, he jumped into one of the Warrior players, and that caused him to kind of lose his balance there. So that's going to be a couple of subs in. It's number 30, Johnson, coming in. And Davis as well, number 2, Davis. Warriors break that pressure, kick to the corner. Hardy, short. Hardy had a great look, a wide open three from the corner, just couldn't get it to fall. Thomas now trapped. Timeout. Istrouma will take a timeout with him. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. We'll be back. All right, we are back here inside the battleground for District 6 4A matchup between the Warriors and the Indians here. Bertrand with the steal and foul coming down the other way. Bertrand going to go to the line again for a couple of shots. He hit both his free throws in the first half. Also hit a couple of big free throws a couple weeks ago in that game against Plaquemine. Here comes True Win in again, the senior. Again, 8 seniors honored tonight before the game. Bertrand short on his second free throw. So it's Wynn, Hardy, and Fox on the floor, seniors, along with 2 juniors, Bertrand and Sean Brown. Foul going to be called on Bertrand. That's his second. That's going to be Johnson going to the line to shoot. First team foul on the Warriors here in the second half. Johnson hits the first. Again, don't forget to smash that like button out there for those of you tuning in on the YouTube channel. Johnson hits both. We will have some playoff basketball here for you probably next week, as the Warriors will be heading into the playoffs. Lady Warriors going to be hitting the road for the playoffs again on Thursday. They will be traveling to play Lake Charles College Prep, making that drive across the state to Lake Chuck. The Warriors come in as the 19 seed, going to play the 14 seeded Lake Charles College Prep. Three-pointer missed. Fox again tried to go through one of the big guys. Warriors have not been very successful doing that. They cannot throw it over top of these guys. That length of Ridley and Johnson has just created a lot of turnovers for the Warriors. And charge is going to be called. That's going to be on Bertrand. That's his third personal. Warriors holding that 14-point lead. Gavin Landry is going to check in for Bertrand. Senior Gavin Landry. Now all seniors out there on the floor. Wynn, Fox, Bessonette, Hardy, and Landry. Ball deflected out of bounds. Warriors in their 1-3-1. Trying to trap, trying to create turnover. Paul thought about the three. Davis steps in, hits the long 2. Davis, his first bucket of the second half. The Warriors going to solve this pressure here. And again, throwing the lob passes is not going to get the job done. And another turnover turns into points, and we'll take a timeout. The Warriors call it. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. We'll be back. All right, we are back. Warriors up 38-28 here on senior night. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Warriors looking to win this game and assure themselves of at least a tie for the district championship. And another turnover. Paul going to pull up, spinning. Ball on the floor, picked up by Gaines. Knocked out of bounds, going to be Warrior basketball. So Warriors now with 6 turnovers here in the first half, or in the second half already, to go along with 10 from the first half. Istruma's turned it over 5 times. They have 16 turnovers. We're at 31 total. Well, inside out, backdoor cut, Bessonette, fouled. He's going to go to the line. That's going to be on Johnson. Johnson trying to hold his hands up in disbelief, but, I mean, he hammered Bessonette. This is not really, I don't know how you can stand there and question that call. It was clearly a foul. Everyone in the gym saw it. And Johnson was the only one who didn't believe it was a foul. Bessonette knocks down the first. Free throw number 2 coming up. And it is good. Bessonette 2 for 2 from the line. Sub coming in for Istrouma. That is number 31. Haven't seen him in the game yet. That's Moore. So Coach Green going deep into his bench. Warriors turn it over, or create the turnover. C.J. Levinson lays it in. 42-28, under a minute. Paul tried to get it to Johnson. I don't know if Johnson just didn't see it. He let it go right through his hands. And Warriors turn it over again. So that's 7 turnovers apiece, and then Istrouma just loses it for their 8th turnover, and Levinson lays it in. A little sloppy here to end the third. Fox almost creates a turnover. True win. Hitting the floor. And Johnson gets hit from behind by Bessonette. It'll be Johnson at the line for the second time tonight. Rather third time. He's 1 for 3 so far. Make that 1 for 4 as he comes up way short. Johnson gets the roll on the second. So 1 out of 2 from the line there. And that trip. 44-29, Warriors up by 15, 6.1 seconds left. Pressure coming from the Indians. Bessonette down the sideline. He's going to get a good look, and he hits it. Bessonette with the floater. Knocks it down at the buzzer. Warriors now up by 17, 46-29 as we head into the final 8. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. We'll be back. And we are back for the final quarter here of the regular season for the Warriors. Senior night, up 46-29 on district foe, Istrouma Indians. Pass deflected out of bounds. It'll be Bertrand, Bessinek, Hardy, Clock, and Brown in there for the Warriors. Ball batted up in the air, hit a couple times. Like we're watching a volleyball match, and then stolen away. And then stolen away again. Bessinek lays it in. Went through a little contact there to get the layup. Bessinek with 6 now in the second half, 13 on the game. That is exactly what the Warriors need from Hayden Bessinek. If they can get anywhere between 12 and 15 points from him, they can get Jude Hardy back in with his 12 to 15 points. Sean Brown leading the way on most nights. Warriors will really be in good position. Kick out, Clock from the corner, short. Just didn't have enough, almost like he had too much time to look at it. Pull up, Gaines, his first points of the evening. And the foul on Gaines, who was trying to anticipate that pass. That is Gaines' third foul. It's Gaines, Davis, Paul, Johnson, and Ridley out there for Istrouma, who is not moving around the court with as much energy as they were earlier. Brown, floater, hits it. 23 now for Sean Brown to pace all scores tonight. Johnson from the corner, off the back iron. And foul on the sideline. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first. Team second. Warriors now have extended that lead to 21 points. They didn't really solve their turnover issue, but they've hit more shots in the second half. They've turned it over 8 times. Strouma's turned it over 10 times. Warriors have done a pretty good job of turning some of those 10 turnovers into points. And a foul. Johnson's going to go to the line. That'll be the first, I believe, on Sean Brown. Johnson going to go to the line again to shoot a couple. He's just 1 of 5 from the line, or 2 of 5 from the line. Make that 3 out of 6 now. And Bertrand and Hardy will check out. Viduri and Wynn will check in, 2 seniors. Johnson now with 12 points to lead the Indians. He had 6 in the first half, has now contributed 6 here in the second half as well. Caden Clock pull up, missed it. Clock yet to find the range on a shot tonight. Love to get in that point column here on senior night. And Warriors leave that basket vacated. Paul lays it in. Viduri backs off the 3. And the Warriors turn it over. Davis hits a 3. So a couple of baskets here cut this lead to 16. Bessonet for 3. Too strong. Caden Clark trying to battle for it. Can't get it. Rossi Harrison and Gavin Landry checking back in. Brown out. Caden Clark out. Johnson checking back in for Istrouma. 4:15 left to go. Warriors up 16. Ridley inside, hits it. Timeout, Warriors, as I think they had to get Rossi Harrison out of there. I think he may have lost a contact. I'm not sure. So I'll have to get a sub in. No timeout for the Warriors. Up, Harrison's got a little blood, I believe. A little bloody. So it'll be Bertrand checking in, along with Blaze Fox. True Win, Gavin Landry out there with Bessonet. Win from the corner. True can't get it to go. And turned over by the Indians again. Bertrand hammered by Paul. And one coming up. The hoop and the harm. Gaines and Thomas back in for Istrouma, who now 11 turnovers in this half to equal the 11 turnovers they had in the first half. Just a lot of turnovers here in this game. They had 40 total turnovers in this ball game so far, which is highly unusual for one of these games. Block call, Bertrand, that's his 4th. Warriors up by 17. The lead is 17 with 3:16 left. Ridley gonna go to the line to shoot. Short on the first. He was 2 for 2 before that one. Hits the second. Ridley now with 7 on the game. Fox just lost it. The 10th turnover for the Warriors tonight. We're at 42 total turnovers. Make that 43 total turnovers. Bertrand missed the layup. Gaines throws up the air ball. Paul comes up with it. He lays it in. Kyrie Paul now with 10 points. Viduri just checked back in for the Warriors. Viduri's going to fire it up, knocks it down. Alex Viduri on senior night hits a three. Makes it 60-43. 17-point lead now for the Warriors and our 44th turnover of the evening. Boy, those of you out there with turnover on that bingo card, you are in luck. We've had a lot of them. Viduri going to get a chance at another one. Knocks another one down. Alex Viduri makes it a 20-point lead with 1:45 left. And a kickball. Hardy and Wynn going to come in. Bessonette checking out. Bertrand checking out. The Warriors getting all their starters out of the game. Hayden Bessonette going to end his night with 15 points. Paul misses. Hardy with the rebound. And Viduri lays it in now with 8 points. 65-43. Warriors up comfortably. Turnover again. That'd be 45 on the game. Viduri tried to get it to Win. Johnson misses it. Landry comes down with the board. Landry dribbling through. True and Win. Can't get it. Plays Fox. Try to get it to True. Paul trying to throw it down. Now under 10 seconds left. And that'll do it. Senior night Warriors going to take the victory. And that'll do it. Warriors take it 65-43 to improve their record to 19-12 on the season and finish with a 7-1 record in district. Thank you for joining us here on the Warrior Broadcast Network. I'm Coach Craig Saylor, voice of Warrior Athletics. Join us next week. We'll have playoff action. But on Thursday, everybody just pay close attention to the playoffs as the girls travel to Lake Charles to take on Lake Charles College Prep. Tomorrow, everyone head out to Burbank, field number 4, for quarterfinal girls soccer action as the Lady Warriors soccer team taking on E.D. White. So come out over there to Burbank for quarterfinal action. Game at 1 o'clock tomorrow. But for now, for myself, Coach Craig Saylor, voice of Warrior Athletics, we want to wish you, as always, good night, God bless, and go Warriors.